I left the porch light on again tonight, even though I know you won't be driving by. The coffee in my cup is getting cold, just like the beautiful promises we used to hold. I saw your coat still hanging by the door, the one you said you didn't need anymore. It's funny how you walked away so light, while I'm still heavy in the middle of the night. Everyone tells me I should just let you go, but my stupid heart is moving way too slow. I'm still checking my phone like you're gonna call to tell me that you didn't mean it all. And I'm just a heart still waiting in the dark, holding on to a dead and broken spark. You've already found your new forever, while I'm still stuck in our old together. Yeah, I'm still waiting for you. I passed by your favorite restaurant today, saw a new couple laughing the exact same way. It made my chest feel so tight and small to realize I'm not your person after all. You changed your number and you changed your mind, leaving all of our beautiful years behind. You moved on without a single regret, while I'm still drowning in what I can't forget. How do I love someone who was my home? How do I accept that I am completely alone? You took the best parts of me when you left, and left a shadow inside of my chest. Because I'm just a heart still waiting in the dark, holding on to a dead and broken spark. You've already found your new forever, while I'm still stuck in our old together. I'm still waiting for you. Still waiting here in the dark. Still waiting. A love that never fades. I'm standing inside an empty gallery hall, staring at the blank spaces on the white wall. You took down every frame that held our prime, leaving only the faded squares behind over time. My passport is sitting on the dark wooden desk, a reminder of plans that turned into a grotesque memory of a future we will never get to see, since you walked away and unlocked yourself from me. I keep changing the stations on the morning drive, looking for a frequency to make me feel alive. But every melody is just a bitter pill to take, a sharp reflection of a promise we couldn't make. And it's a love that never fades, a permanent stain, a quiet echo running straight through my vein. You moved on to a brand new town, a different street, while I'm still standing here tasting the defeat. The colors of us are locked underneath my skin. I don't even know how or where to begin to wash away a love. love that never fades. The winter coat you left in the back of my car is the only thing keeping me from going too far. I thought about dropping it at your mother's place just to avoid the ghost of your vanished face. People keep asking how I'm doing these days. I give them a textbook smile through the haze, but the truth is a heavy stone inside my chest. I'm just a passenger waiting for the rest. I'm not holding a grudge, I'm not playing a game. I'm just learning the weight of losing your name. We were a beautiful mess, a wild design, a temporary crossover of your life and mine. I'm letting you go, I'm turning the page, stepping off the floor of this lonely stage. But it's a love that never fades, a permanent stain, a quiet echo running straight through my vein. You moved on to a brand new town, a different street, while I'm still standing here tasting the defeat. The colors of us are locked underneath my skin. I don't even know how or where to begin to wash away a love that never fades. I found myself checking my phone again at 2 a.m., staring at that typing bubble that never actually showed up. It's stupid, I know. We said we needed space, but this apartment just feels giant now. I still haven't moved that stupid box of your things by the door, the one with your oversized gray hoodie on top. I tried to watch that show we started last Tuesday, but the couch just feels way too big without you sitting on the left side. It didn't happen all at once, you know. It wasn't some movie scene with rain and big speeches. It was just me, day by day, realizing I was completely defenseless against you. I was falling slowly for you, right from the start, letting my guard down bit by bit like a fool. And just when I finally admitted to myself that I was all in, you decided you were all out. Now I'm just stuck here midair, holding on to a feeling that you've already forgotten about. Yeah, I was falling, and you just let me hit the ground. My friends took me out last night to get me out of my head, but I just sat there in the corner staring at the ice melting in my glass. Someone laughed exactly like you do, and for a second my heart just completely stopped. It's the little things that mess me up the most, like how I still buy the milk you like even though I hate the taste. You've probably already unpacked your life in that new place, while I'm still here, tripping over our old memories. I'm not even mad at you, that's the worst part. I'm just mad at myself for thinking this time would be different. We were a beautiful mess, wasn't we? Or maybe it was just me dreaming while you were already halfway out the door. I need to stop looking at your old Instagram post. I need to breathe again. But God, I was falling so slowly for you, trusting every single word you whispered when the lights were low. And just when I finally stopped looking for an escape sign, you went ahead and drew a finish line. Now there's no music left in this room, just me figuring out how to unlove someone who was my everything. I'm still falling, but you're already gone. I'm looking at an old Polaroid on my desk, back when loving you was easy, a beautiful were standing by the ocean, the sun fading low, holding on to a summer we didn't want to let go. You told me that your heart would always be mine, a promise written in sand, washed away over time. Now the room is so quiet, the shadows grow long, and I'm left here alone with our favorite song. I used to see the stars up in the sky, but my favorite view is looking in your eye. Now I'm reaching for a hand that's no longer there, crying out your name to the cold evening. Before a beautiful hello turned to painful goodbyes. Now the reflection I see is a stranger in pain, watching our colors melt away in the rain. You closed the door and you took the light, leaving me with the ghost of us tonight. Yeah, I thought I'd find my forever in your eyes. The blue mug you bought me sits cold on the shelf. Lately I don't even recognize myself. I walk down the streets where we used to run free, searching for the pieces of the old you and me. Every sunrise is heavy, every sunset is gray, since the day you packed your bags and walked away. I learned how to love you, learned your silence like a skin, but I don't know how to let the healing begin. I used to see the stars up in the sky, but my favorite view is looking in your eye. Now I'm reaching for a hand that's no longer there, crying out your name to the cold evening air. I thought I'd stay forever in your eyes, before a beautiful hello turned to painful goodbyes. Now the reflection I see is a stranger in pain, watching our colors melt away in the rain. You closed the door and you took the light, leaving me with the ghost of us tonight. Yeah, I thought I'd find my forever in your eyes. Maybe forever was just a beautiful lie, a temporary heaven under a changing sky. My heart had to break just to learn how to bleed, to realize that letting you go is what I need. But even if the memories turn into dust, I will never regret the love we used to trust. I won't look for my forever in your eyes. It's time to let go of the tears and the sighs. The scars that you left are starting to heal, turning back into something real. I'm walking away from the dark of the night, stepping out of your shadow into my own light. Forever in your eyes. It's just a memory now, a fading spark, but I'm learning to see in the dark. Forever in your eyes. Forever in your eyes. I ran into your brother at the grocery store today. He looked at me with that pity in his face, not knowing what to say. He asked me how I've been, and I just told a stupid lie. Said I was doing great while staring at the floor, wishing I could die. I remember the night we drove up to the hilltop to see the city lights. You looked at me and said you'd never seen anything so bright. But you weren't looking at the city, you were looking right at me. And for a second I actually believed in destiny. I thought I had it all figured out back then. I thought I knew exactly how our story was gonna end. I was so blind, so stupidly sure of what we had. Now looking back at those photos just makes me so mad. Because I swore I saw forever in your eyes. Before you traded all I choose for all those quiet lies. You looked at me like I was the only world you'd ever need. Now I'm just a ghost you passed by, a wound that won't stop to bleed. How did that warmth turn into something so freezing and cold? How did I lose the only hand I ever wanted to hold? Yeah, I thought I saw forever, forever in your eyes. I still have that old voice note you sent me when you were drunk, saying you missed me and that your heart had completely sunk. I know I should delete it, I know it's bad for my head, but it's the only way I can still hear your voice in this empty bed. You're out there now making new memories with someone new, probably looking at them the exact same way you looked at me too. Does my name ever cross your mind when it starts to rain? Or have you successfully washed away all of our pain? I hate that I'm still writing songs about you after all this time. I hate that I'm still trying to make these broken feelings rhyme. You broke me so easily, like I was made of cheap glass, and then you just walked away, waiting for the storm to pass. Well, the storm is still here, and it's pouring inside my room, and I'm just sitting here, drowning in the gloom. Because I swore I saw forever in your eyes. Before you traded all I choose for all those quiet lies. You looked at me like I was the only world you'd ever need. Now I'm just a ghost you passed by, a wound that won't stop to bleed. How did that warmth turn into something so freezing and cold? How did I lose the only hand I ever wanted to hold? Yeah, I thought I saw forever, forever in your eyes. But forever is a long time, and you couldn't even last a year. The screen is blurry now, with another useless tear. Nothing left in those eyes for me, nothing at all. Goodbye. I'm sitting on the kitchen floor tonight, watching the embers of the fading candlelight. The static on the radio plays soft and low, a bittersweet reminder of a love we used to know. I remember when your chest was my only home, before the space between us turned to heavy stone. Now the silence in this room is a roaring sea, washing away the memories of you and me. We used to run together, never looking back, leaving our footprints on a golden track. Now I'm just reaching for a shadow in the dark, trying reignite a long forgotten spark. There used to be heartbeats between us, loud and clear, a perfect rhythm every time that you were near. But now the distance is a cold and empty space, and I'm just a stranger that you can't replace. You left the fire burning, but you took the light, leaving me to freeze all by myself tonight. Yeah, there's nothing left but silence where the heartbeats used to be. Your old denim jacket still behind the door, like you just stepped out to the corner store. I left it untouched, left it there alone, a painful relic of a kingdom overthrown. I walk the empty streets under the pouring rain. Every single neon light reflects my pain. I learned the cadence of your breathing like a song, but now I'm singing lyrics where I don't belong. We used to run together, never looking back, leaving our footprints on a golden track. Now I'm just reaching for a shadow in the dark, trying to reignite a long forgotten spark. There used to be heartbeats between us, loud and clear, a perfect rhythm every time that you were near. But now the distance is a cold and empty space, and I'm just a stranger that you can't replace. You left the fire burning, but you took the light, leaving me to freeze all by myself tonight. Yeah, there's nothing left but silence where the heartbeats used to be. Maybe our timing was a beautiful mistake, a fragile promise that was always bound to break. I don't regret the moments that we got to spend, even though the story reached a painful end. My heart is broken, but it's starting to see the rhythm of the healing deep inside of me. No more heavy heartbeats between us in the dark. It's time to let go of the pain and the scar. The reflection in the mirror is starting to smile, learning how to breathe again after a while. I'm stepping out of the shadow of your name, finding my own light inside the pouring rain. Heartbeats between us, now they're fading away into the quiet dawn. But my heart keeps beating, moving on. Your Uber is outside, I can see the headlights through the blinds. You're checking your watch, avoiding my eyes while you grab your coat. It feels like we're out of time, out of excuses, out of everything I wanted to say. Something meaningful, something to make you change your mind. But my throat is completely dry, and the words just won't come out. You're standing by the front door now, looking so small, so ready to leave. Well, my whole life is about to walk out right behind you. I'm not gonna beg you to stay, I know your mind is made up, and I'm not gonna make a scene or cry until you feel bad. But before you turn that handle and disappear for good, can we just pause the clock for a second? Just give me just one more kiss before it all ends. Let me pretend for a split second that you're still mine. Don't make it a polite one, don't make it full of pity. Just hold me like you used to when we didn't care about tomorrow. Then you can go, you can forget my number, you can walk away. But right now, just give me just one more kiss. You said we'll look back at this one day and smile, but honestly that just sounds like a lie. You tell to make yourself feel better. How am I supposed to sleep in this bed when it smells like your perfume? How am I supposed to buy groceries without thinking about what you like? You're already mentally gone, I trying to cross off your to-do list, while you're the only thing I ever really cared about. My hands are shaking and I hate myself for it. I hate that I'm standing here bartering for scraps of your affection. We had something real, didn't we? Or was I just making it up in my head? The driver is honking outside now, breaking the silence. This is it, the absolute end of us. So please, just one more kiss, just to get me through the night. Let me feel your warmth before the cold completely takes over this house. Don't say goodbye out loud, just press your lips against mine and leave me with something to hold on to when the lights go dark, and then you can close the door. Yeah, just one more kiss. There you go. You're actually gone. The taillights are fading down the street, and it's just me now, just me, and the ghost of that last kiss. Goodbye. Guess you never loved me as you promised. This is all I wanted, I think. And now I see you're more afraid of loss than you are honest. More afraid of me than being alone. I wish you told me before you pulled me in. Why'd you pull me in? Why'd you pull me in? And how did I not know? How did I not know? And why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to go? And where did you go? Where did you go? Now I'm on the floor in the kitchen, and I'm wishing that I was in the moment again. When you kissed me in the kitchen, I'm missing. When I was your girl, you were my man, and you kissed me in the kitchen. Thought I'd be the one who would be crying. Now I am, now I am. I swore I would be the one to leave you, but I need you, yes, I do. How'd you let me in? How'd you let me in? Why'd you let me in? Why'd you let me in? And how did I not know? How did I not know? And why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to go? And where did you go? Where did you go? I've been replaying our last telephone call until the words don't mean a thing at all. Your keys are missing from the silver hook, like a missing chapter in a heavy book. The clock on the wall is ticking too loud, while I'm looking for your ghost in a crowded crowd. We froze our youth in a frame on the shelf. Now I don't even recognize myself. And the city lights look so bitter and blue, reflecting everything I lost in you. I'm standing on the edge of a clean slate, wondering if we were just a little too late. I'm still lost in your love, it's a beautiful trap, a long distance highway with no proper map. You left the engine running, but you locked the door, and now I don't know what I'm fighting for. Yeah, I'm spinning in circles, static in my head, living with the ghosts of the words you said. I'm just lost in your love. On the receipt is beginning to fade, for the cheap white wine and the plans we made. I'm deleting the photos that I shouldn't keep, to find a way to get some decent sleep. You always said I was a little too proud to ever say my feelings right out loud, but now the silence is an ocean wide, and there's nowhere left for my pride to hide. Look so bitter and blue, reflecting everything I lost in you. I'm standing on the edge of a clean slate, wondering if we were just a little too late. I'm still lost in your love, it's a beautiful trap, a long distance highway with no proper map. You left the engine running, but you locked the door, and now I don't know what I'm fighting for. Yeah, I'm spinning in circles, static in my head, living with the ghosts of the words you said. No more excuses, no more text on your screen. It's time to accept what we've always been, just two separate paths that happened to cross, counting the days, measuring the loss. I'm pulling the plug, I'm cutting the thread, putting to rest all the thoughts in my head. I was lost in your love, but I'm finding the exit sign, taking back the pieces of this life of mine. The engine has stopped, I'm opening the door. I'm not the person that I was before. The static is gone, the picture is clear. I'm moving ahead, leaving you right here. I'm no longer lost. Love left me alone. I'm staring at the blank screen of my TV at midnight, just watching my own reflection in the dark. I still haven't washed that coffee mug you used on Sunday. It's sitting on the counter, a tiny painful mark. Everyone said we look so good together, but look at us now, or rather look at me. I'm just trying to figure out how to breathe in a room that used to be filled with your laugh and your energy. I didn't see the warning signs, I guess I was blind. I thought we were building something that would last, but you packed your bags while I was looking the other way, and now you're just a ghost from my past. And love left me alone in this big empty house, turning off the lights, quiet as a mouse. I gave you my best, gave you all that I had, but you walked away. Went to that little diner on the corner today, the one where we used to argue over who pays the bill. I sat in our usual booth all by myself, and honestly the silence there just made me feel ill. You're probably out somewhere having a good time, not even thinking about the mess you left behind, while I'm still here stuck in the exact same spot, replaying every single word, losing my mind. I hate that I still look for your car in the driveway. I hate that I still check my phone every 5 minutes. We weren't perfect, but we were supposed to try. Instead, you just walked right past our limits. I'm not looking for an apology anymore. I'm just looking for a way to close this door, because love left me alone in this big empty house, turning off the lights, quiet as a mouse. I gave you my best, gave you all that I had, but you walked away and it's driving me mad. Now I'm just a shadow of who I used to be, wondering why you gave up so easily on me. Yeah, love left me alone. Just the sound of the clock ticking, tick-tock, nothing else to hear. No footsteps on the stairs. No, I'm home, honey, just me. Love left me alone, and I guess I have to get used to it. I watch you walking down the crowded street, while the autumn leaves fall down at my feet. You look so happy with your hand in theirs, a picture-perfect love that no one tears. I step back into the shadow of the wall, trying to catch my breath, trying not to fall. I never told you what you meant to me. Now I'm just a ghost you'll never see. It's a heavy weight to carry all alone, building a castle on a breaking stone. I keep my secrets locked away inside, with all the tears I forced my heart to hide. And so I love you in silence, I love you in the dark, watching from a distance as they hold your spark. It cuts me right inside, but I won't make a sound, even when my whole world is crashing to the ground. You'll never know the storm behind my eyes, or how my heart breaks every time it dies. Yeah, I'll just love you in silence. I still make 2 cups of coffee in the morning, forgetful of the day my heart was torn. 1 cup grows cold right on the table stand, just like the touch of your vanished hand. I learned your laughter like a favorite song, but now I'm singing it where I don't belong. The room is quiet and the light is dim, I'm just a memory fading at the rim. It's a heavy weight to carry all alone, building a castle on a breaking stone. I keep my secrets locked away inside, with all the tears I forced my heart to hide. And so I love you in silence, I love you in the dark, watching from a distance as they hold your spark. It cuts me right inside, but I won't make a sound, even when my whole world is crashing to the ground. You'll never know the storm behind my eyes, or how my heart breaks every time it dies. Yeah, I'll just love you in silence. Maybe some hearts are only meant to give hidden treasure that I'll always trust. So I will love you in silence until the pain is gone, even when the night bleeds into the dawn. I'll smile for your joy, though it tears me apart, leaving beautiful cracks inside my heart. You'll never see the tears I had to cry as I silently whisper goodbye. In silence, where the room stays cold, where the story's untold, I'll love you in silence, always. I'm sitting on the kitchen floor with the lights turned off, just watching the digital clock on the microwave change. It's 3 a.m. and the house has never felt this quiet. Everything we built together suddenly feels so strange. Your half of the closet is completely empty now. You even took the wire hangers, didn't leave a trace. I found a crumpled shopping receipt under the bed, and for a second I could almost see your face. We spent weeks dancing around the obvious truth, holding on to a rope that was already starting to fray. But tonight the silence is louder than any argument, and I finally realized that you're not coming back this time. So this is it. This is the last goodbye, the one where nobody screams and nobody even tries to cry. You just walked out and I just let you go, ending a story that we used to love so. No dramatic music, no heavy pouring rain, just two tired people numbing out the pain. Yeah, this is our last goodbye. I drove past your office after work today, a stupid habit I need to break. As soon as I can, I saw you walk into your car with someone from marketing. You were laughing at something, holding a coffee in your hand. It's weird how fast you can become a stranger to someone who used to know every single secret inside your head. You look so normal, so completely fine, while I'm still struggling to get myself out of bed. I'm not gonna call you, I'm not gonna text, I'm not gonna ask our friends what you're doing next. You made your choice and I have to accept the reality, even if it feels like a slow motion tragedy. I'm letting go the handle, I'm stepping off the train. I'm done trying to find a reason for all this pain, because this is it. This is the last goodbye, the one where nobody screams and nobody even tries to cry. You just walked out and I just let you go, ending a story that we used to love so. No dramatic music, no heavy pouring rain, just two tired people numbing out the pain. Yeah, this is our last goodbye. Just turning off the last lamp, locking the front door. The house is finally still, no more waiting up for you. No more what if. the last goodbye, and then there was silence. I never realized how loud a quiet house could actually be, until the day you packed your things and walked away from me. The refrigerator is humming a dull, depressing tune, and the shadow of the window frame stretches across the room. I keep leaving the television on just to hear some human speech, because the memories of your laughter are now completely out of reach. I go to say something out loud, but the words just hit the wall. There's nobody here to listen, nobody here to answer my call. We used to stay up late, just talking about nothing at all. Our whispers filling up the spaces from the ceiling to the floor. Now I have to scream inside my head just to feel alive, in this empty, cold environment where only ghosts survive. And it's the silence you left behind that's tearing me apart. A heavy, suffocating blanket resting right on top of my heart. No more good morning texts, no more keys jingling at the door. Just the echo of my own footsteps on the hardwood floor. You took all your words, your promises, and your beautiful sound, and left the loudest kind of quiet everywhere around. Yeah, I'm drowning in the silence you left behind. I went to wash the dishes and I found your old silver ring sitting right there by the faucet. A tiny forgotten thing, I dropped it on the marble counter, and the sharp metallic clink echoed so loud through the kitchen it made my spirit sink. It's funny how a small sound can make the quiet feel so deep, like a sudden lightning flash before the darkness starts to creep. You're probably out somewhere right now, sharing a new conversation, while I'm stuck here in the middle of the silent devastation. I hate this peace, I hate this total lack of noise. I'd rather have us screaming, I'd rather hear your angry voice. Anything is better than this endless empty space where I can still see the outline of your beautiful face. You slammed the door so hard when you left that afternoon, but the quiet that followed it came way too fast, way too soon. Because it's the silence you left behind that's tearing me apart. A heavy, suffocating blanket resting right on top of my heart. No more good morning texts, no more keys jingling at the door. Just the echo of my own footsteps on the hardwood floor. You took all your words, your promises, and your beautiful sound, and left the loudest kind of quiet everywhere around. Yeah, I'm drowning in the silence you left behind. Tick tock, it's deafening, just the sound of my own breath. No more music, no more you, just the silence you left behind. little concert ticket stub in my desk drawer today. The one from that rainy night when we sneaked into the front row. You had your arms wrapped tight around my waist from behind, whispering that you'd never let this feeling go. Now I'm just staring out the window at the same gray sky, wondering how two people who shared everything can just become strangers. You're living in a different city now, living a whole different life, and I'm still here, stuck in the wreckage of our old plans. We used to talk about the future like it was a sure thing. We picked out names for dogs and colors for the kitchen walls, but somewhere between the late night fights and the silent mornings, we lost the map to the life we were supposed to bring. Take me back to when we were forever, before we learned how to say goodbye and break each other's hearts. Back when your smile was the only light I needed in the dark, and we actually believed that nothing could tear us apart. Now forever is just a word that makes me wanna cry, a beautiful promise that turned into a giant lie. Yeah, I miss when we were forever. My friends don't even mention your name around me anymore. They think they're protecting me, but the silence just hurts worse. It's like you've been completely erased from the world, except for the heavy ghost that follows me around this house. I saw a picture of you on social media last week. Someone else posted it. You looked happy, you looked like you'd finally found your peace. And a part of me is glad, but a bigger part of me just hates how easily you could just pack up your love and move on. I'm so tired of waking up in the dead of night with your name on my lips. I'm so tired of replaying the day you left over and over again. You didn't even look back when you walked down the driveway. You just closed the car door and drove right out of my life. Was it really that easy for you to just let me go? Did you already know it was over weeks before you told me so? God, I just wanna go back to when we were forever, before we learned how to say goodbye and break each other's hearts. Back when your smile was the only light I needed in the dark, and we actually believed that nothing could tear us apart. Now forever is just a word that makes me wanna cry, a beautiful promise that turned into a giant lie. Yeah, I miss when we were forever, just a couple of kids who thought they could beat the odds. Now we're just another sad story, two people who used to love when we were forever. But forever ends tonight. I'm standing by the window, watching the city lights blur, remembering the way we were, the person that you were. The room is quiet now, just the hum of the fridge and the rain, a steady rhythm that can't quite wash away the pain. tucked away behind the door. The one you wore that night we danced upon this very floor. It still smells like the cedar and the coffee that you liked before our stars went dark and our golden path was hiked. I'm reaching for a memory, trying to hold on tight to the ghost of your reflection in the middle of the night. I close my eyes and I can almost feel your skin before the silence started, before the cold crept in. I still remember when you hold me close, the feeling of your heartbeat, the thing I miss the most. The world would disappear and the shadows would all flee when you were standing right here holding on to me. But now the space between us is a valley wide and deep, and I'm just holding on to promises you couldn't keep. Yeah, everything was perfect when you hold me close. The blue bowl on the table is gathering the dust, a broken monument to a love we used to trust. I try to fold the memories to keep them straight and neat, but every corner turns back to the taste of the bittersweet. I walk the empty parks where we used to talk for hours before the winter came and killed off all our flowers. I learned the way you move, the way you speak my name, but now the sunrise and the sunset never feel the same. I'm reaching for a memory, trying to hold on tight to the ghost of your reflection in the middle of the night. I close my eyes and I can almost feel your skin before the silence started, before the cold crept in. I still remember when you hold me close, the feeling of your heartbeat, the thing I miss the most. The world would disappear and the shadows would all flee when you were standing right here holding on to me. But now the space between us is a valley wide and deep, and I'm just holding on to promises you couldn't keep. Yeah, everything was perfect when you hold me close. Maybe some fires burn too bright to ever last. Maybe we're just two ships that were always meant to pass. My heart is heavy with the words I never got to say, watching all our colors slowly turn to shades of gray. But I'll pick the broken pieces up off this kitchen floor and learn to be the person that I was before. I'll always cherish when you hold me close, even if the memory is all I have to boast. The scars are healing now, turning into stars above, as I learn the difficult art of letting go of love. I'm walking out the door into the light of the new day, watching the shadow of your memory fade away. When you hold me close, it's just a whisper now in the quiet of the rain, but I'm finding my way beyond the pain. The neon signs are blinking through the midnight haze. I'm caught inside a labyrinth of yesterday's phrase. Your favorite record is spinning on the turntable deck, leaving a cold shiver down the back of my neck. I found the silver ring inside the porcelain tray, the one you forgot when you hurried away. The city sleeping underneath a blanket of blue, while I'm still awake counting the spaces of you. We used to build our castles out of starlight and dust, in a world that was only made for the two of us. Now I'm just a traveler traveler on a one-way train, trying to forget the sharp sting of your name. So whisper my name tonight, just one last time, even if it's only a ghost inside this mind of mine. Let the sound of it drift through the cold city air to make me believe that you still actually care. The distance between us is a shadow so tall, and I'm just a footprint fading on the wall. Yeah, whisper my name tonight. The ticket stub is crumpled in my jacket pocket side from the midnight movie where we used to hide. I walked past the diner on the corner of Fifth, where we drew our dreams in the cigarette smoke. The air is getting sharper as the autumn creeps in, freezing the memories underneath my skin. I'm deleting the drafts that I'll never send, accepting the reality of our bitter end. No more crying over things that we cannot replace. No more searching for your smile in a stranger's face. We were a beautiful spark that burned out too fast, a temporary heaven that was never meant to last. I'm letting the current just take me away into the light of a different day. But whisper my name tonight, just one last time, even if it's only a ghost inside this mind of mine. Let the sound of it drift through the cold city air to make me believe that you still actually care. The distance between us is a shadow so tall, and I'm just a footprint fading on the wall. Yeah, whisper my name tonight, just a whisper, just a whisper, lost in the static of the radio, where the neon lights glow, a faint echo in the wind. Whisper my name and let it end. You are my always. I'm still booking a table for two on Friday night. Habits die hard under the dim restaurant light. The waiter brings the menu, looks at the empty chair. I just order for one, pretending you're still there. I heard you moved across the ocean to a different coast, trading a quiet harbor for the things you wanted most. I'm left behind like an old passport with a torn out page, just a forgotten extra standing on a broken stage. Everyone tells me that time is a healing friend, that every painful chapter eventually finds an end. But my calendar is frozen on the day you packed your bag, leaving my heavy heart to slowly drift and lag. Because you are my always, my permanent view, even when your tomorrow no longer includes me too. You were the baseline, the anchor of my youth. Now I'm just drowning in this bitter, lonely truth. The world keeps turning, changing into different shades, but the ghost of your love never truly fades. Yeah, you are my always. I found your old library card inside my leather drawer, the one you used when we stayed up until 4. I traced the faded ink of your signature on the line, a tiny piece of proof that you were once fully mine. I watched the sunset paint the harbor in a bloody red, thinking about the final cruel words that you said. You closed the book so easily and walked into the sun, while my story stopped before it had even begun. I don't wanna hold you back, I don't wanna cause a scene. I'm just learning to live with the spaces in between. We were a beautiful design that couldn't stand the weather, two parallel lines that were never meant to stay together. I'm letting go of the anger, letting go of the blame, but I'm still keeping the quiet reverence of your name, because you are my always, my permanent view. Even when your tomorrow no longer includes me too. You were the baseline, the anchor of my youth. Now I'm just drowning in this bitter, lonely truth. The world keeps turning, changing into different shades, but the ghost of your love never truly fades. Yeah, you are my always. I'm still turning left on the way back from work, forgetting for a second that you don't live here anymore. The hallway is pitch black when I open the door. No music playing, no boots scattered on the floor. I bought that brand of tea you always used to make, but it just tastes like warm water and a big mistake. This roof and these four walls, they don't mean a thing without the quiet comfort that you used to bring. They say a home is where your heart is supposed to be, but you took every single piece of mine with you. You see, now I'm just a tenant in an empty space, trying to find some warmth in a freezing place. Because your love feels like home, the only one I knew, where the windows were bright and the sky was always blue. But you locked the front door and you threw away the key, leaving me outside where the wind is shaking me. Now I'm wandering the streets, a stranger in the cold, missing the only arms I ever wanted to hold. Yeah, your love felt like home, and now I'm homeless. I saw a couple laughing at the bus stop down the street. She was wearing his jacket, shivering from her feet. It made me think of that rainy Sunday back in May, when we spent the whole afternoon just talking the world away. Now my phone is completely silent, not a single text. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do next. You moved into a new place, started a new life so fast, while I'm still stuck here living in our ruined past. I hate how familiar this sadness is becoming to me. I hate that I still see your ghost everywhere I go. We built something beautiful, or at least I thought we did, but the foundation cracked and the whole roof slid. I'm not trying to fix it, I know the damage is done. I'm just trying to survive the setting of our sun. Because your love feels like home, the only one I knew, where the windows were bright and the sky was always blue. But you locked the front door accidentally dropped that blue ceramic bowl today, the one we bought at that flea market last summer. It smashed into a million pieces on the kitchen towel, and honestly, I just stood there and started to cry. It felt too much like a metaphor for what we did to each other. A beautiful thing just shattered in less than a second. I started picking up the shards, but my hands were shaking so bad I ended up cutting my thumb, and the blood just reminded me of the pain we had. We didn't even try to catch it when it started to fall. We just watched it slip right through our fingers. Now there's no way to glue this back together, just sharp edges and memories that still linger. And I'm left here cleaning up the broken pieces of us, sweeping up the promises that turned into dust. You walked away so clean, not a scratch on your skin, while I'm bleeding from the mess that we were in. Every sharp corner reminds me of a word you said, replaying the fight over and over in my head. Yeah, I'm just holding on to the broken pieces of us. I found a receipt from that hotel in our old suitcase, from that weekend trip when we thought we could fix things. We spent 3 days pretending everything was fine, but we both knew the clock was already ticking. I looked at myself in the bathroom mirror this morning, and I don't even know who this person is anymore. You took all the best parts of me when you left, and just threw the rest of me right onto the floor. My friends say I need to just throw everything away, delete the photos, move on and start a new day. But how do you throw away 3 years of your life? How do you forget the person you wanted to be your wife? It's easy for you, you're already miles away. Well, I'm still stuck in the wreckage of yesterday. And I'm left here cleaning up the broken pieces of us, sweeping up the promises that turned into dust. You walked away so clean, not a scratch on your skin, while I'm bleeding from the mess that we were in. Every sharp corner reminds me of a word you said, replaying the fight over and over in my head. Yeah, I'm just holding on to the broken pieces of us. One piece for the late night talks, one piece for the dreams we had. It's all going in the trash now, even the parts that didn't hurt so bad. Just a big pile of nothing left, broken pieces of you and me. I spent 20 minutes walking around the park today, taking the exact paths we used to walk when the skies were gray. But my feet kept stopping at the bench by the old oak tree, where you used to sit and read your books out loud to me. My phone GPS keeps trying to reroute me back to your street, like it's a habit my technology just can't seem to defeat. But I know if I drive by, I'll just see someone else's car. broken we are. You were always the one who knew the way when I was blind. You were the anchor that kept me from losing my mind. Now you dropped the map and left me standing in the wild, scared and alone, feeling just like a forgotten child. And I'm so lost without you. I don't even know my own name. Every street light I pass under looks exactly the same. I'm turning corners, hoping I'll magically run into your face, but I'm just wandering in circles in this giant empty space. You took the compass, you took the light, you took the key, and left a total stranger standing inside of me. Yeah, I'm just so lost, lost without you. I tried to go out to the movies with some people from work. Thought it would help to put a fake smile on my face, but when the lights went down, the seat next to me was just a black hole. And the loneliness inside my chest started taking its toll. I didn't even watch the screen, I just stared at my hands, wondering how all of our beautiful unwritten future plans could just dissolve into nothing, like salt in the rain, leaving me with nothing but this heavy, dull pain. Should I turn left? Should I turn right? I've been standing at this intersection for half the night. The cars keep driving past, everyone knows where to go, while I'm the only one standing still in the freezing snow. You didn't just break my heart when you said we were through. You took my sense of direction, you took my everything too. Because I'm so lost without you. I don't even know my own name. Every street light I pass under looks exactly the same. I'm turning corners, hoping I'll magically run into your face, but I'm just wandering in circles in this giant empty space. You took the compass, you took the light, you took the key, and left a total stranger standing inside of me. Yeah, I'm just so lost, lost without you. Which way is home now? I don't recognize these streets. No signal on my phone, just the sound of my own heart slowing down. Lost without you. Goodbye. Goodbye. I would. Looking back on my life, you're the one thing I regret. You're the best thing that never happened, and the worst thing I won't forget. Every now and then I get that feeling that this was meant to be, but not in this reality. And if I had it my way, I'd be waking up to you. If I had it my way, I'd be lying next to you. But life had other plans, and I don't understand. If I had it my way, I'd be waking up to you. Oh, I would. You look happy with her, happy for you, I swear. She's everything you deserve, and nothing like me. But if I could go back, and if I had it my way, I'd be waking up to you. If I had it my way, I'd be lying next to you. But life had other plans, and I don't understand. If I had it my way, I'd be waking up to you. If it was you and me, you and me. And if I had it my way, I'd be waking up to you. If I had it my way, I'd be lying next to you. But life had other plans, and I don't understand. If I had it my way, I'd be waking up to you. I would, if I had it my way, I'd be waking up to you.